Hello everyone, welcome to my another tutorial. Let's start on part 2, which is looping or iteration. For looping we're gonna talk about for loop, while loop, do while loop, and for each loop. So let me start with this one. Looping. We're gonna study about for loop, while loop, do while loop, and for each loop. This is we're gonna use for array or collection. I'll write down collection. Okay. And syntax for loop. Syntax. So for loop, what we have is initialization, condition, increment or decrement here, and then we have statement down there. Statement here. So this is the syntax for loop, and let me give you an example for that one. Main method here. So let me count, like how let me count the number of a country name, like that's we can do without using any loop. Yeah, for example, let's say I want to print a country name called Nepal for 10 time. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this, paste here, paste there, paste there, paste there, sorry, paste there, paste there, paste there, paste here, and one there. So let me save that one and let me run the new terminal, and then Java loop.java can print me Nepal 10 time. Okay, so this we are repeating same thing again and again. Instead of that we can use like looping. That's how this for loop, while loop, do while loop are in use. Okay, so let me do for loop here. Let me delete that one. For initialization, integer I as in variable, start with 1. That's initialization, and now we're gonna put the condition less than equal to 10, from 1 to 10, and we're gonna increase R plus plus, so that's gonna increase the number, and there you go. And we're gonna use sysout and Nepal, save it. So this will do the same thing, but we don't have to repeat the same system out the println in 10 times. So this code gonna help us printing Nepal into 10 times, because here is the condition here, the I is less than equal to 10, so it's gonna print for 10 times. Okay, Java loop.java compiler. Now executing that Java class. There you go. That's 10 time. Okay, so that's a simple thing, like how we use for loop. And I'm gonna just comment this one, and we're gonna do let's say we're gonna do another example here. Another example, and then so let's say we're gonna do the sum from 1 to 100. We're gonna do sum of numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, and let's say initialization sum with 0, because I just want to keep adding this sum, so I just initialize like with the value 0 here, and then after using for loop, let me go a little bit down. For loop, okay, initialization I equal to 1, because we need to repeat this number from 1 to 0, so that's what we're gonna do using for loop. I is less than equal to 100, and I plus plus, because this is gonna increase from 1 to 100. Okay, that's the condition here. And then we're gonna use sum equal to sum plus I, and then we can print the value here. Value of sum of from 1 to is plus sum. Save, clear, and then Java compiler loop Java loop class, executing that one. The value of sum of number from 1 to 100 is 50, which is true. You can calculate by yourself if you don't believe that. So anyway, and we can also do calculating even and odd number from 1 to 100. So this one, sum of number from 1 to 100, right? So we can do with the same thing. We can also calculate like even number sum and odd number sum. For example, sum of even number from 1 to 100, sum of even and odd number from 1 to 100. Okay, there you go. So let's say this integer, let us put this sum as e sum, so that it denotes e number, and we have initialized with the 0 value, and another int is o sum for odd number, and initialize with 0 number. And then from 1 to 100, what happens, it will just give us, we have to put condition here. So let me delete this one too. So what condition make us believe that the number is even? If that number is divisible by 2, then that number gonna be even. So that's the condition using if a number, let's say number I is divisible by 2 modulus equals to 0, then that number is even, so e sum will have e sum plus I. Okay, so here only those I will be counted here. Only those I, like from 1 to 100, only those I which is divisible by 2 will be counted here, else it will be here. Else O sum odd number equal to O sum plus I. Sorry, I. And now what we can do is this out, double quotation, and sum of even number from 1 to 100 is plus e sum, and this out, sum of number from 1 to 100 is sum. And what we can do is this out, sum of from 1 to 100 is e sum plus O sum. Yeah. So let me save that one here. Loop.java. What's wrong here? Here. This one here belongs to that one. This one going to this one, and one more. Save. Clear. Java loop.java loop. So here you go. Sum of even number from 1 to 100 is 2550. Sum of odd number from 1 to 100 is 2500. Sum of total number from 1 to 100 is 5050, which is true because we have done this one before as well. So that's how we know. It's just up here. So this, oh no, I think I've just done. I think I've just edited on the previous code here. So yeah, that's how we can do. And let us talk about enhanced for loop. Let me do the up here comment. Comment here. And let us talk about enhanced for loop. So enhanced for loop. So syntax for enhanced for loop. So for data type, variable, for column, and collection or array. Yeah, and then we have condition here. Statement. Not condition here, statement. So that's enhanced for loop syntax. What it does is it use with the collection or array here, and we declare the data type and variable, and that data on collection gets stored in this variable, and that's how we print this using for loop. Okay, let me give you with an example. Main method. Okay, let's say we have array having random number needs to be sum. Okay, array having random number need to be summed or totaled. Alright, that's the condition. Let's start. So let's say integer data, or we can say number num. So array, we're gonna talk about array in coming up tutorial. So for array we use this large square box, that means array, and we have curly braces. So I'm gonna put random number 10, 20. For number we don't have to use any double quotation in array. For now, just remember that 30, 45, 55, 9, 80, 81, 86, 94, 93, 1000, and one more, 2001. So these are the number we have in array called num. That's the variable, that's the data type, and that's array because it's a list of random integer number here. So I'm gonna total this number using for each loop. Yeah, so we use because we have to do the sum, right? So we need to, I think we need to do the initializing sum as an integer, and we give the value 0. So let me do that in sum equal to 0, because we're gonna add all these number using sum plus, and we have for loop, and then we're gonna use that variable with this sum. Okay, and for loop for each integer, because these are integer number, so we're gonna put here integer. This number as in like n here, full column, and we're gonna use collection or the array num here, num. Okay, and then we have sum here. We're gonna do sum equals to sum plus n, because this number here gets stored in this one, and then we can print it or use it. Okay, and then sum, the value of this sum is 0, and this n is 1 at first, and then again it use for loop. So another number 20 here, which is on index 1, gets stored here, and it will be here. So it will be 10 before sum, and then 20. It will keep on doing till 2001, and all of this gonna get added, all of this number gonna get added, and at last it will end up like the sum will it will print all of this number adding up with this formula. Okay, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna print this out. this out. Sorry. So it should be within here. This out, and then we're gonna print number, sum of n array num is plus sum. Okay. Save, clear, Java compiler, loop.java, Java loop, and sum of array of n num is 3595. So the sum of this number is 3595. If you don't believe me, use calculator and add this number, so you will get the exact number. And we have to initialize it. Remember, we have to initialize with the sum with 0 value, so it get added, because we don't want any number here at the beginning. That's why we have to use 0 here first. And sum, it will be like if you use this formula, so it will have 0 at first and 10, so we'll give this value 10, and then again this 10, this, because from this sum it will be 10, so 10 plus n, another one would be 20, so 10 and 20 would be 30. Sum will be 30. Again, the sum would be 30 here. 30 plus 30 be 60 sum, and 60 plus 45 will be different number. So it keeps on doing until it reaches its final number, which is 2001, and then it get add up here. So that's the use of for each loop here with the sum. And after that, what we're gonna do is like we're gonna talk about while loop. I'll just comment this one. While loop. Okay, the syntax for while loop is syntax for while loop is while condition here, and then we have statement here, and then we have increment decrement here, in increment or decrement. So that's the syntax for while loop. While condition, statement, increment, decrement. Let me give you an example of while loop. Main method now. So let's say we're gonna find the factor of number 6, let's say. And what does factorial means? 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6. So these are the factorial here. That's the factorial, means it get multiplied with the number below that number, like 1 2 3 4 5 6 and itself. So that's called factorial of number 6. We're gonna use do while loop to find out the factorial of number 6. Number 6 is an integer, so int n equal to 6, and then let's say we're gonna use int factorial equal to 1, because we need to multiply this one. That's why using 1, because need for product, and then using while loop, while condition, and condition would be n is greater than 1. So this n would be greater than 1. Okay, So 1, because we have already 1 into 6 would be 6 already, so that's why we're going to start from greater than. And 2 into 6, so 2 into 6, 2 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6. That's how we're gonna do it. So another factorial equal to factorial into n. So what happens? 1 into, so this get repeated for, because we starting from 2. Okay, so here we say greater than 1, so that means starting from 2. So factorial, which is 1 into 2, and then this gets stored in this factorial, and then again 1 into 1 into 2 is 2, so 2 into n 3, 2 into 3 gets stored in there, and again like it keeps on going till it reaches 6. Okay, and then we're gonna it start to decrease. Okay, and because we're starting from, maybe we're starting because it's the n is greater than 1, so 1 is greater than 1, no, 2 is, so let's say decreasing from here, and this out, and then factorial of 6 is factorial, save, clear, Java compiler, look Java loop class. So factorial of 6 is 720. If you don't believe me, you can do that. So 2 3s are 6, 6 4s are 24, 24 into 5, you do it. Okay, should be 720. Here I did minus minus because it's like let's say n is here, n is 6. Okay, at first n is 6 actually here, it's not 1 actually, sorry, n is 6, so it will valid here, so factorial, so 6 and 1. Okay, 6 and 1 is 6, and then again this 6 into n because it's decreasing, so n would be 5 here, so till it get 1, so it get multiplied here. And always remember, if you're doing any multiplication, we used to use 1. If there is sum, we use 0. Okay, there, that's the thing. And then let me comment this one, and we're gonna talk about do while loop. So we're gonna talk about do while loop. Okay, so syntax for do while loop would be, so do, sorry, initialization first, initialization, and then do, and then do statement, increment or decrement, while, and condition, and that's the syntax for do while loop. So do statement, sorry, initialization, do statement, increment, decrement, while condition. If you check this out, it's kind of like for loop. So for example, it get initialized here, we use condition at first, and then initialization, and then increment, decrement, if you remember, for loop. Okay, so that's how it has initialization, increment, decrement, and condition. The loop always have initialization, increment, decrement, and condition. So do statement increment decrement while condition. So do can still do the still compile the code if the condition doesn't get met. So remember about this thing. Let me do with an example. We're gonna do the multiple table of 8, which is like 8 into 1 equals to 8 till 10. Okay, so 8 into 1 equals to 8, 8 into 2 equals to 16, like that till 10. Okay, and let me start with initializing int n equal to 8, and then this will get increased, so we're gonna use int initializing I with 1 and then do. So here we have initialized initialization do and this is out the statement. Let me say n, which is 8 plus, and this one is I here, I sorry, need to have into here, plus one is I plus, and then equals to here, and then plus, and that's n into I, that's the formula, and while condition while I is less than equals to 10, because we're doing till 10. Let me save Java compiler loop.java, and yep, Java executing loop class. There you go. Sorry, increment, decrement, I plus plus. I forgot about that. So it will keep continue. It will keep continue. Or let me close this one. Run new terminal. Because that's the thing about while loop, because I forgot about increment, but it still runs. That's what I told you guys earlier. There you go. 8 into 1, 8, 8 into 2, 16, 8 into 3, 24, 8 into 5, 46, and 47, 56, 8 into 8, 64, 8 into 9, 72, 8 into 10, 30, 80. That's how we do it on like a table of 8 using do while loop. And let me do we can also use like for loop to find prime number, because that's the most question we get asked in our examination as well. So I'll do that for you. To find the given prime number. Okay, so main method, here, and then int n equal to, let's say, 17 if it is prime number. So what's a prime number means, like if it is divisible by itself or 1. So here we're not gonna divide with 1, so we start with 2. Okay, so that's the purpose of prime number, if it is divisible by itself or either 1. Okay, so let's say we have for loop condition here, int I equal to, starting from 2, because 1 itself we know that it's gonna divisible by 1, so we're starting from 2, and I is less than n, because we're starting from 2, so that's gonna be like we're not gonna divide with 17, and we're not gonna divide with 1, so that's why I put like n or n minus less than n. So I equal to plus here, and for condition here, that's the condition. And then, like, so what happened, so if this get divided by 2, that's not a prime number until and unless it get divided by another number. So that's the thing. So if condition and else condition, we're gonna use else condition here. So if I modulus 2, so sorry, if I modulus 2, no, it's n modulus 2 equals to 0, and then if that's true, oh, we need to assign with the boolean as well. So if that's true, boolean equals to true, then continue. Here we need to assign initialize boolean, let me say flag equals to false here, and boolean flag is true there. Okay, false. Okay, else, so what happened, if it is divisible by 2, it will keep continue. Okay, if it's not divisible by 2, and if it's divisible by 2 equal to 0, that's not a prime number, else it's a prime number. So else here, it's a prime number, is a prime number, so n plus the prime number, else here, if the flag is true, then it will have so if it is true, okay, we need to give another if condition here. If flag is true, then we have this out. is not a prime number. Okay, so here n plus because this is gonna go repeat. First should be only for this, so that's why maybe I should get rid of this bracket here. One there for loop, else I should get rid of this bracket, and I need another bracket, else I need another bracket this one there and this one here. It's not showing this one, right? Or maybe I'll just do like this. If n is not divisible, flag true, I'm gonna get continue, bracket this one up here, and then if the flag is not true, okay, I'm gonna delete this one and use this one for this one. If else on this condition, if condition only for this one, it should work now. Sorry, let me save this one. P here, that Java compile. Yep, get compile Java loop class. 17 is a prime number, so 17 is a prime number. Let me test with 16. As you know, 16 is divisible by 8, so it's not a prime number. Save and loop.java Java loop class. 16 is a not prime number. Let's say 17 and 11 is a prime number, so let me save that one. Java compiler loop Java Java loop class. 11 is a prime number. So what happens here, because this question we normally get in interview, for basic interview, yeah. So what happens here is like I put Boolean flag, so it tells me if it is true or false. That's it. If it is true, it will continue. Okay, so it will continue to saying this one is not a prime number. That's it, I've done. Else it's a prime number. Okay, so if it is divisible by 2, so n, if it is divisible by 2, it will just give me true and continue, because I've just used if condition here, and for this one I've used if else condition here because I need this n. If I use this else over here, I wouldn't be able to use n here, so that's why that was the mistake I've done. Because with this one, because I used if and else here, I should be using just if condition here, which is this one, and for loop I've finished in for loop here, and then if that case, if the flag is true, it will say this n number is not a prime number, else it will say it's a prime number. That's the thing I've done. I hope you guys understood whatever I taught today. So it's for part 2 loop, and on the next part we're gonna talk about jumping or branching. We're gonna talk more about break, continue, and return. Okay, so that's for the control statement, and thank you for watching. Thank you.